welcome. Today we are here to celebrate the creative efforts of the students, the high school students, of the St. Louis Public School District. Specifically the work of, specifically the work of writers and fine art artists, and the curatorial creative collaboration of the Outside Literary Magazine student editors. My name is Sarah Tisdale, and I, along with Val Monroy, my co-teaching artist here, Aaron Quick, the director of St. Louis Poetry Center, which Outside Lit Mag is a program of, would like to welcome you to the event launch for OLM, as we call it, their 9th magazine. And let's see, this issue, like every issue before it, is not only a lit mag, but it's an archive. A time capsule that exists as a reminder of what students are capable of when given full rein to share their creative efforts and talents and what occupies their minds. A big part of our curriculum at OLM is the analysis of craft, the elements of it. So essentially it's what are the creative elements that go into the pieces of work. Today, you will experience the work that is well crafted. These tackle many topics, such as what does freedom look like, who gets to feel at home or at peace in various spaces, and what has been sacrificed to make it so. And have the dreams of those that we love been deferred, and so on. You'll encounter poems about lineage, cities, and even a witty ode to LeBron James that, I'm serious, it's very good. It's filling out. They worked hard. That discusses watching what freedom and greatness looks like on the basketball court. And before I introduce the editors, I'd like to first extend a deeply felt thank you on behalf of everyone at OLM for our sponsors who make this possible, our funders. And that is, wait for it because I don't want to mess it up, the Sci Foundation and the Missouri Arts Council. A couple more thank yous first. And we also have to mention our club sponsors, Nicole Halaha and Chandra Alford, who give us extra space and time after school to make sure that we have a place to do what we do. We really appreciate it because it is like a sacrifice of your time, but we also know that you love to do it, so thank you. Also, there's so many people to thank, but they are amazing. I'd like to say thank you to John Boyle for getting all your students, thank you, to submit some really amazing work. It was really fun to read, we were super impressed. And who else? I lost my place in my notes. Sorry, guys. Oh, yes, so at Gateway, Mr. Allgood, Miss Martin. Yes. We appreciate the work that you did to allow us into your classrooms and to push your students to speak freely and think creatively. Also, Marie and Carrie at Central Print, they helped us do some letter pressing, which you'll see on the outside of the magazine. It's really cool. We get to spend basically a whole evening there, or afternoon there, putting it together. And yeah, it's amazing. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce one of our student editors, Louise Ford.
Hey guys, how are we feeling tonight? This is a big turnout. I'm so happy about how many of y'all are able to come tonight. I'm Louise Orban. I'm an editor with Outside Lit Mag. I've been editor for about 2 years now. I started my sophomore year. I'm a junior now. I'm an editor, so I do marketing and literature with my 2 other editors, Stephanie, and Ella. And my favorite thing about OLM is just bringing together so many artists and creatives and just seeing their work and seeing how we can put it out into the world and how everyone can enjoy and read it. And this is my favorite event of the year. I'm so happy for everyone to come out. So give yourself a round of applause for coming out and all the work you've been putting in today. All right, we have a big lineup today of great poems to read. I'm going to start with His Twin Ayal by Lawrence Beckton, who is from Metro, going to read today. His Twin Ayal. Our face had become known for violence. The war effort increased his vehemence. Yet his emotions appeared dull, like his heart was in a lull. He denied all help, removing himself from how he felt. He even abandoned me. Sorrow is a sea. Vast, boundless, silent. A weeping, tearless. Unfathomable, wait. Burdens only propagate. No sight, no light. Darkness is an all-consuming blight. A break, a break. Light has come forth. I have found hope. She was tender and allowed me to cope. Warmth found, purchased in my soul. Love settled itself from her condolences. He returned, he returned. I have not been abandoned, our father beckoned. I knew upon the second. Our father requested us because of his falling status. A duel is needed, only the heir will proceed. He'll kill me, he'll kill me. My life won't proceed. I'll lose, I'll lose. Unfair, unfair. I can't stop these spirals of despair. I have found love, but I guess it wasn't for me. I am no fighter. I have no training. Only death awaits me. Sadness and somber. A heavy bearing ruled over. It returned, it returned. Sorrow is a sea. It recedes only to the tsunami. That is one of my favorite poems in this entire literature magazine. It's so beautiful, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear the rest of these. Up next, we have Dear Religious Schools by Lucy Divis from Metro, and it's being read by Stephanie Carlin.
Hello everyone, I'm the other editor at Outside the Mag. I'm the managing editor and literary editor, so this is very exciting for me. And this is one of my favorite poems, as I mentioned to Lucy Divis herself. So here we go. First and foremost, forever thankful to you for the fantastic feeling of when found further from your figure, suddenly forgetful of the differences between the fragrance of church alcohol and incense on your breath. Oh, wine, 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 you wonderfully foolish girl. But do you feel it? The twisting of thy stomach with the thought of, why would she want to wonder? I give her everything, yet she squanders. Let me what were this waif fonder than intended. I wish you wither, writhe and wither in your wretched wine, wading too deep into the liquid's warmth, try to create your own wrath, made with warm, red wool. Sink further in that deep red sea, on your pews, bend at your knee, like you did to me every morning. You created me? No. You cursed me. You captivated crowds with your convulsion. Now you throw me into that bottle filled with carbonation. These bubbles circumvent my cries on your corruption. They cripple me with your crude constriction, force you into their control, but never tried to claim that you ever listened. Another vice of crapulence, the chance to cancel your consumption, completely cast aside. Too caught up in your pride, the wideness of your bright eyes, they do it when you find the Father or the Son. And I faltered after every night. I saw the glutton in your soul. I found it at the base of your altars. With the same amount of love you ever gave me, your dearest Lucy. That was really good. I really liked it. Okay, now we're gonna be transitioning to Gabby Ndula reading Uncomfortable and Floating. brief content warning for the poem Uncomfortable. It has death and things that can trigger some people in here. Trying to find the poem.
And 41.
And the other one's right here. Okay. Give it up for Gabby again, please.
I am good at getting used to being uncomfortable. When I was 3, it was strangers and a bad smell. It was the texture of jeans and the bars of my cot like a cell. It was midday naps that interrupted our lives and long, winding, hot car drives. When I was 9, it was church. Being put into mass and relearning religion. And I learned that sometimes no one version of faith has the wrong vision. When I was 11, it was classes. Stuffy old buildings filled with old books that were new to you. Gyms with other kids who weren't just the people my parents knew. When I was 14, I learned I was not immune to the invisible nitpicking of being something other than straight, white, Catholic, and amused at the faulty jokes of others who never truly knew. When I was 15, I was learning how to live with the memory of violence, knowing that the last moments of someone I knew had been full of terror, pure panic, blood splattering like rain. Screams echo through hallways, and the sinking, unendurable pain that it could have been me, relearning how to feel safe in my own space, in my own skin, how to breathe without fear, how to listen for something besides a threat, besides the promise of my own death. That was uncomfortable. I will now be reading Floating. Simply undone, untethered, and floating. And in the dreams which are my waking slumber, the break in my storm, the calm in the chaos, now comforting. It is to sit in my own musical silence. Anything is possible when the wind is not whipping at your face. Anything is possible when you're not stuck in that awful place. And I wonder, will the overwhelming pain of my self-appointed weight sink me, or will I swim?
Lovely storytelling by Gabriella. Up next, we have Young American Girl, Grow Wings, read by Alexandra Perry. She can come up. Okay, you got it.
I don't know if I can top that one, guys, but I'll try. Young American girl, rough and tumble in the cornfields. Daddy barely in her world, the fruits of mama's labors barely any yield. Small country town, thy neighbor is mine. Young American girl homebound, looking for a sign. She finds it on Sundays, sat in wooden pews, next to mama's voice and song. Bible closed, for she already knows the news. She knows the word to sing along. Young American girl gets older. She knows what she wants from life. And mama's already told her, don't let the world break her strife. But mama didn't need to tell her. Young American girl already knew. Small country town had nothing to offer, so she grew her wings and flew. Young American girl loves mama, yes she does. But every time she sees her face, she sees where the tears had left trails of rust. She sees no joy in her, not a trace. The young American girl kissed Mama goodbye, put her small country town on her shelf. Young American girl wanted to fly, even if she had to fly by herself.
All right, we're gonna have a 5-minute break right now, so please go mingle and have some more food, and then we'll have a next meeting after that. Hello. Oh, there we go. We've hit our 5-minute break mark. If everyone would like to take a seat. All right, next up we have Lilies of the Valley, read by Justice Garrett.
Hi. Okay. Bored in the breezy morn, clinging to earth's surface, beautiful in the human eye, disastrous to gaze upon. Bells pale as porcelain skin, Lilliputian like a marble swaying on the thin, leafless stem, flourishes in abundance, they embody life. Bringing forth the sweet essence of love and joy, yet echoes the whispers of sorrow and loss. In their presence, the spirit comes to a pause. In that speck of time, peace finds its place. Lilies of the Valley.
Next up we have Hallelujah by Maeve Rasmussen, but will be read by Douglas Rasmussen.
All right, it's Hallelujah by Maeve Rasmussen, and this is especially special for me because I was there with Maeve on this special night. So I stood firmly on the platform of West 116th Street, waiting for the A train to take me downtown. Surrounded by chipping paint, dripping pipes, rats crawling the tracks, and gum-stained pavement, I looked around at the other people in my presence, who would soon be my fellow passengers. It was my last night in New York, and the summer air was crisp with a paradox of morning and hope. I would miss the wonders how we all came together in this moment, and what stories each person passing held. It was in these wonders that I felt a breeze pass through and twirl my hair. As the headlights of the incoming train blinded me, the breeze grew into a gale. Like a bullet, the train came to a halt on the platform and made a harsh, screeching stop. I moved with the pace of the sleepy city and passed through the train doors. I sat on the powder blue seats next to the people I would never see again and fought back tears for my departure the next morning. It was time to say goodbye to the city. That's when the train started back up, and together we moved down the blocks of Manhattan. At around 56th Street, as passengers braided in and out of the car, I began to wonder about something that often came to my mind. It was a question of dreams, and if it was in the cards, I had pulled to achieve them. I wasn't yet sure what completely I was made for. It was a question that held off sleep, which now, in my fleeting moments from the city, became my sole focus. I sunk claws into my psyche for blocks of tracks on this question, but as New York often does, it answered my questions and sedated my worries. It was then, as the doors clicked open on 23rd Street, that a man walked in with his guitar. I was not a stranger to this occurrence in the city. If the subways were the great equalizer, then opportunity could be hidden anywhere. But no performance quite moved me like this one. With a bag for tips hanging around one arm, the man began to play Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. The slow strum of a C chord was sweet and brought me to a much-needed catharsis. His raspy voice paired in symphony with the notes from the instrument. As the chorus came back around, passengers on the train began to join in and sing along under their breath. I looked around and realized that, for the first time in my life, I was watching magic happen. And so I joined in with the people around me. I sang low. There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter what you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah. When the song ended, the air was still with the emotion that had been drawn from each person in witness. As the train came closer to 14th Street, the man started collecting tips. I imagined that in a past life, the man and I would have made art together. I tried to go up to him and tell him how moved I was, but instead I just watched as he left, hoping someday to be graced by his art again. And as the train started up again, I had my questions answered. On my last night in New York, all this could be is an omen. To leave the dreary fields of the Midwest and to return to the city. To leave tradition behind and to take a chance on a jet plane. Finally, after blocks of riding the A train, I reached my destination on West 4th Street. I walked out, went up to the stairs, and found myself in pouring rain on 6th Avenue. Rain was always what I'd asked for to let me know if I was a great. So it was then, as everyone rushed into buildings and opened umbrellas, that I stood, watching my lovely city pass by, letting the rain fall on my hair. The city had told me, and I knew then, that I had made it.
All right, next up we're gonna have Stephanie Carlin come up and read "Oh, Jacksonville" by Cohen Limbridge.
Oh, before I start, whenever I read Hallelujah, it made me tear up the first time I read it. And I feel those emotions still today. This is "Oh, Jacksonville. Oh, Jacksonville, the place of renewal and birth. Oh, Jacksonville, where oceans meet lands that are riddled with sand. Oh, Jacksonville has sands that dances and moves with a band of crabs with shells and grooves. But people with hotter tempers than a temperature, but people with dry tastes, with a chill demeanor, but people that hate without seeing their own people. But people that are blind to the blinds they put on the land, burying their own heads in the sand. Still, Jacksonville, still. Jacksonville remains even with this change still. Jacksonville in some ways. Thank you.
Next up, we'd like to introduce one of our newest editor, Ella Torres. She is a freshman. It's her first year on. She has a really deep place in our heart.
Yeah, she's carried this whole thing because junior year's extremely stressful, if you guys know. But Ella Torres, she's gonna do amazing things, and we're incredibly grateful for her. And this is her favorite poem, actually. So lots of enthusiasm for her. And this is gonna be our last reading, the best reading in her opinion. So.
But all the readings beforehand were so beautiful and well written. We really appreciate all of the work that put into this. Thank you so much, guys. Ella Torres.
Hi. gotta join. It looked really cool, and over this past year, I've met 2 amazing people and amazing managers, and just it's been so much fun. And we've looked over amazing poetry and stories and all this great artwork, and a lot of it is very sentimental. But I like things with more charm, and this is my favorite villanelle. A villanelle for a certain basketball player that you may all know. This is Villanelle for the Pookie by Raymond Sui. LeBron James, our glorious king. So ferocious on the court. His movements are like a great spring. He's so eye-catching. He's like a strong fort. LeBron James, our glorious king. He's not afraid to sting. Making other players fall short, his movements are like a great spring. His name has a beautiful ring. It gives so much comfort. LeBron James, our glorious king. He is so amazing. He puts in a lot of effort. His movements are like a great spring. He can even sing. Making your hatred for him abort, LeBron James, our glorious king. His movements are like a great spring.
Right. Some beautiful work, and I encourage you to buy a copy because there's so much more. We've got a 1-act play in there. Just incredible work. But first, before we close out, I want to thank the student editors. You guys come up here, I just want to say that you all are amazing. I've been very impressed by how chill your approach is to this work, but thoughtful as well. All of you bring a lot of levity to sometimes stressful situations. And I just want to say congratulations for being excellent. Thanking our sponsor. Come on up here. Thank you for sponsoring us. Not only do you help us with Outside Lit Mag, you're also supporting some other clubs and running a nonprofit that's a dance studio.
Oh, yes. Put me on the spot here. Today is Give St. Louis Day, or Give STL Day. It's a big day of fundraising for nonprofit organizations. And I am the assistant director of a dance company called Leverage Dance Theater. And so this is a huge day for us. So I've been managing that on top of this. So yay.
Thank you. Finally, so Miss Alford isn't here, but she is the librarian at Collegiate, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us. We wish you were here, but finally I'd like to thank Val Monroy, welcome teacher. I always say this, and I'm sorry if it's embarrassing, but when I first started working at Outside Lit Mag, Val, you were a senior. Val was a senior editor, and I just think it's crazy cool and wonderful that I get to work with you in a professional capacity. You have been my first teacher here, so thank you. For you, and I just want to say everything that you see up today and that you've read or heard has been executed and planned by all of these people. A small amount of people, and it's brilliant work. And yeah, please buy a copy. And if you know someone that might want to submit next year or join the club, please do so. We've got a website. Join the club. Yeah.
Join the club.
Join the club.
Join the club.
Join the club. And we're trying to make satellite programs happen at different schools. And I want to also say something we're very excited about is next year, Paisha Anderson will be joining us. She's also the poet laureate, St. Louis. She's a big deal. I've known of her and her work as a teaching artist and an artist and a community organizer and a fabulous parent and just all around amazing leader. And so yeah, well, it's true. A legit mover and shaker in St. Louis, and I'm so excited that she'll be with us next year. Yes, the end. Thank you for joining.
And thank you for Sarah too. Round of applause for Sarah.
First again, I'm gonna share my flowers with Sarah because she's been, my partner through all of this. I wanna thank the student editors because we have faced a lot of difficulties, a lot of obstacles with a very short staff, however they pulled through. And so I wanna give you guys another round of applause for that. She is not here, but I want to thank an honorary editor, Makeda Stanton, who is a resident artist with us. She made, I don't know if you guys are on our Instagram, but she made the artwork for the flyer that we have on Instagram. And just a couple of notes, as the event ends, I want to let you guys know that artists, we have copies of your artwork for you to hand out, so please do not remove the frames from anything in here. Please do not remove the frames. And also, if any of our artists here, we would love to take pictures along with your artwork. So just please stand by your art and I'll come by to take pictures of you with it. And of course, last but not least, Erin, you want to come up here? Come up here. And so again, I'm gonna share my flowers with Erin, who is our director and is the core of everything. She's like, the behind the scenes the computer person. No, just joking, but.
No, she's right. That's why I'm in tennis shoes and jeans instead of.
No, we want to thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
All right, and that would be the end of our program. Thank you for coming. Once again, round of applause.